Ladies and gentlemen, I know the music master, but whatever. We are here for Laguna Seca Legends of the Pro Series. We have 10 cars all ready to go. And we're gonna find out who's gonna be the 5th driver for the Legends Endurance, which we're gonna do next. After Legends or after Season 5, we're gonna do Legends 1. And it's gonna be every 5 seasons. So we're gonna have, of course, LRS Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, and then Legends Endurance. And you'll see some familiar faces coming back. But as time goes by, we're gonna see less familiar faces and more newer faces, possibly, depending on how long drivers are in their prime. I mean, some drivers could be like goated status, pretty much. But that'll be insane to think about if you... That'll be funny as hell to see. As we are... I'll load up the race real quick. Of course, after that, we're gonna go right back to Laguna Seca again for the Laguna Seca, or the You Are Okay Laguna Seca race, excuse me. We go there for the You Are Okay Laguna Seca race, but for now, we're gonna do the Laguna Seca Legends, which is as if not more important than that race in general. Sweet. I'm about to take a look at the qualifying session here. Fantastic coming out first. He's 16. And he still does not have a spot. But then again, this is his first time in Pro. Of course, I'll tell you guys, the drivers are in Pro, since it is not, we didn't have the Pro-M situation or schedule as we always used to. We are now running with 20 cars all in one, purely to do a test run, but also have it as a normal season, because why not? It's funny, it's chaotic, and looking at the season so far in the first half, it is fantastic. I love that I've put everyone together in one race. It makes for so much chaos, and oh man, I'm so glad. Of course, we have multiple familiar faces who already have a spot in the LRS Legends Endurance, but also a few drivers and also a few familiar faces who already have a spot in the LMP1 category, which is what pro drivers will get when they win here at Laguna Seca. And it'll be incredible to see a driver originating from M, also known as Intoxicated, and getting himself a LMP1 seat. So he's about to start his qualifying lap. And we have last season's Laguna Seca Legends winner, Smokero. He also got himself a spot at the LRS Legends Endurance. He's going to be racing the Toyota, of course, on number 95, and he's going to be racing the Toyota LMP1 car. And there have been multiple drivers with LMP1 or with Toyota, and only one driver so far with Porsche, which is Artie. Artie's going to drive the Porsche LMP1 car. Meanwhile, Smokero, Sam, and I need to think real quick. Smokero, Sam, and Scratch are all gonna race a Toyota. And also another driver that at least I don't know about everyone else, but I hope everyone else too, is very curious about seeing if they could get it, is Apollo. I really am curious if Apollo could get himself a Laguna Seca Legends seat, or Laguna Seca Legends win, and then seat at the LRS Legends Endurance. If that is the case, that would be the most incredible thing to see. And of course, for this Legends 1 is going to be very empty. It's going to be 10 drivers, but I've said this before, Legends 2 is when we are going to have a total of 25 drivers in Legends 2. Officially, it was supposed to be 20, but we decided to do 25. Since the LMP3 drivers will also get a shot at partaking within the Legends Endurance. Of course, the LMP3 category, that's for Prototype Series. And the Prototype Series is mostly where the rookies will be. But hey, maybe you can find a diamond in the rough. And that could be one of the drivers within that category. As we are looking at the current... as we're taking a look at the current runs... Slalom on pole position so far over the 125.61. Also to point out, this is not counted points-wise. This is now separate. But stock car won't have stuff like Laguna, Seca, Legends, and the LRS GT Challenge. Those will not exist because Pro will not exist anymore in LRS stock car. There's going to be different categories, and stock cars just going to fuse together. What will happen though is stock car will have the most entries out of any series. We are planning on letting a max of 30 drivers in LRS stock car, but we still need to have the calendar to still be like modified a bit here and there. So possibly if 30 is not enough, then we have to get rid of a few drivers here and there, unfortunately. We have less than 5 minutes remaining. Slonot still in pole position. MTL in 3rd. And Intoxicated all the way in 8th. And it's kind of scary seeing that MTL also has a shot. Knowing that this man is an absolute unit behind the wheel of sports cars. And especially really fast cars. We have seen MTL go absolutely haywire in the GT cars during the GT test season, where him and Intoxicated went toe-to-toe at every single race. Those two were duking it out with tooth and nail in every race, and MTL was so dominant to the point where he had 4 wins in a row. And he had, I think, the most wins out of any driver in the whole season. And Intoxicated, of course, consistency is key. And Intoxicated won the final race at Road Atlanta and took the championship. Also, another thing that we're gonna say, or we're gonna add. I have been thinking about this. I have been saying no to myself for this, but I decided to give up and do it. Bahrain is gonna be one of the places that we're gonna be racing at in LRS in the future. Not for the stock car, but for the other series like Formula and Prototype. They'll be racing in Bahrain, and Bahrain is also gonna be one of the places that might involve a Legends Endurance race. So Bahrain will also be one of them that we'll possibly see. Daytona, of course, going to be the first one that we're going to do. And the second is possibly going to be either Le Mans, Circuit de la Sarre, or Suzuka in Japan. And it's going to be a bit of a... yeah, we still need to test, because it's either going to be Autopolis is 100% going to be one of them. That's going to be one of the spots that we're also going to race at. But yeah, it's either going to be Suzuka or Autopolis, one of the two. And a lot of people might wonder, how about the Nürburgring Nordschleife? That's going to be borderline impossible, knowing how small the or how slim and tight the tracks are. It's not going to be possible for... I don't feel like it's going to be possible for 2 LMP1 cars to go side to side over there. Not only that, Nordschleife is super long. So you're going to get lost. You're going to be like, oh, they're at what turn? Where are they at the track? Like, you know where they are. If you see, for example, the carousel, The carousel is super infamous. Everyone knows the carousel at the Nordschleife, or the straightaways, or the the first couple turns, the chicanes. That's it. That's all you'll remember. The rest is like, unless you know Nordschleife from the from the tip of your finger, then, or like just from like if you just know Nordschleife blinded, like if you know Nordschleife blindfolded, then yes, it might be entertaining. But for people who just watch it regularly, they're gonna get confused. They're gonna be like, where are they? So I do not want to have them be confused, because that's not fun, of course. So if less than 40 seconds remaining here, Laguna Seca, this is to be the left from multiple drivers, including the one that we're looking at right here, Intoxicated, and MTL right behind him. I've also disabled pit stops. They have been disabled, and they're going to be disabled for multiple races too. Because pit stops are super annoying. It ruins the whole race. And yes, it might change for a whole, like, whoa, this driver's now gonna win. But it's more so pray for pit stops, and that's not what I like about racing. I don't want to have people rely on pit stop strategy rather than just straight up racing. So that's more fun. As we look at Slaughter at the pole sitter, coming over to the finish line next, and gets herself that pole position run here at Laguna Seca. But the problem is, Slaughter already has a spot at LMP or at GT3, meaning that Apollo has to hold off Scratch or MTL. He has to mostly hold off MTL. If he holds off MTL, he gets that 5th spot. And the whole reason why, Slaughter already has a spot in LMP4 in GT3. So that means it goes down to the driver in 2nd who does get the spot. And that was the same story with Scratch. That's how Artie got his spot in LMP1. He got a spot because Scratch won that race, but Scratch already had that spot. So then Artie got that spot because he was a 2nd. And speaking about the Mans, he is about to come over to the finish line right here. And this will conclude the qualifying session here at Laguna Seca. As we look at Slaughter, Apollo, Scratch, MTL, Sam is your top 5. As we are about to get ready. And we are about to go green. We're about to. Now we're going green. Let's see who's going to be the 5th driver to join the LRS Legends Grid. Ooh, Slaughter putting a lot of defense right there. But Apollo not backing out. He's not backing out. But he has to at this point. But he's going to try to fight back as soon as possible. And he does that right over there. Takes the lead. Ooh, intoxicated. Getting a bit of dust under the wheels. You can definitely see that in the way he's driving at the moment. Smoker also getting a bit of dust under his wheels. And Apollo leading so far. Shiny trying to get on the inside over here. Maybe an overtake at the corkscrew. No. Oh, you Smoke Arrow. What were you doing? I got really scared for Smoke Arrow over there, but he did have the car under control. Into lap 2 we go. Ooh, Lin's definitely peeking. He's trying to look. But it's not that important to get ahead at the moment, since it is all about the race lead, who is none other than Apollo, who might get himself that 5th spot. The final spot for the Legends Endurance. And it will be insane to see a legend race and win that legendary race. It'll be incredible to watch him do it if he does it in the first place. That's the bigger question, of course. Let's see if Apollo has it in him to do it. Shining also in this field, another driver who has an LMP or a GT3 seat. She already has a GT3 seat. And she'll also be racing LMP1 in the prototype series afterwards. And Legends after Legends 1 in the prototype series, she'll be racing LMP1. So she'll be very familiar with both cars. And she'll also be racing in GT. So pretty much, she has the ultimate endurance package in that sense. Because Prototype will have the longest races, because they're pretty much endurance races. And the GT series also has a super long race, which is the second longest race in LRS. Which is one of the longest, or the longest GT race. And also, I think one of the top 5 longest races in LRS, I'm not sure, but it is none other than the Nordschleife Crown. At Nürburgring Nordschleife. And now MTL. He could try to swoop in. I definitely see him trying to do that. Not working for him. As we about to take a look at Apollo coming over to the straights. And we're gonna go white flag, 1 minute left to go. One more time around, and that is going to be the new seat for Apollo. So we're looking at the driver coming over the last turn. It is none other than the three-time Roblox champion, the driver who was the very first LRS champion crossing the checkered flag, and he gets himself into the very first Legends Endurance race. Congratulations to Apollo. And what an incredible run that was from the number 4. The standings, it was Apollo, Slaughternaut, MTL Scratch, Shiny Sam, already intoxicated, Lins, and Smoke Hero making it to the top 10. And that means Apollo, congratulations to the number 4 for getting himself that final spot in the LMP1 category. We'll see you guys next at the Laguna Seca race, in your Laguna Seca race.